Hey guys, well, we are entering, or I should say we entered the town of Sturgis through here. This is Lozelle Street. This is the main street where all the stuff takes place. So
the famous Lozelle.
Yeah, the famous Lozelle Street. So quite a few people, as you guys can see. Our campsite is actually probably about 3 or 4 miles away from here now. Alright, let's go. So yeah, this is a pretty busy area, as you guys can tell. Ton of vendors around here, ton of cool stuff. We're excited to be here finally. It's been a long day. I think it's a little bit past 4 o'clock right now.
We've hit every weather under the rainbow.
Yeah, we hit, that's my brother, guys, so this is a dual motovlog here in Sturgis. So yeah, this is, we've had quite a day. We left at about 6:45 from my brother's house and driving through Denver. We went through about 2 hours of really bad weather, bad rain. I mean, I guess the rain could have been worse, but it was, I mean, it was pretty bad there for a while. So then it kind of cleared up. Rained again, cleared up a couple of times, and then finally we got past it. So we are definitely very, very happy to be here. As you guys can see, there's a lot of craziness going through here. And our campsite is on the other side. GPS showed we actually could have taken another way, but it actually would have taken 6 minutes longer. So even though there's a lot of stop and go here, a lot of interesting places here. But yeah, this is pretty cool going through here. We'll have to make our way down here after we set up our campsite. It's about, I think, about 82 degrees. I saw a sign earlier that said that. Although it feels pretty warm right now. Of course, it doesn't help with all the stop and go. I'm surprised this logging truck right here is cutting through town. Ready? Yeah, my brother and I are excited to set up camp and make our way down here. Check out some of the vendors. Looking forward to grabbing a few cold beers and kind of relax after. It's been definitely a long day. I think GPS had it right about 7 hours. You know, we stopped a couple of times for gas. We just stopped a couple minutes ago to get a drink just because we were so hot. But yeah, this is it. T-shirts for $2. Interesting. We'll have to check that out.
For sure.
Never have too many Harley or Sturgis or motorcycle T-shirts. So yeah, and here is South Dakota's finest here, Highway Patrol. Yeah, it's insane. Look at all this stuff. 3 for $75. Look at all the Sturgis shirts. We may have to pass on the one with the lady on there. I don't think our wives would appreciate that one a
don't
lot.
think so.
Yeah, we might have to pass on that one. But I definitely would like to pick up a couple of shirts. Man, this is insanity, boy. I don't think I've ever in my life seen so many motorcycles all in one place. This is, it's funny because when we go to the dealer, when they have events, you got a lot of bikes, and I mean, this is nothing compared to what we're seeing right now. Guy was on a street 750. Well, I think this is probably the end of town, I'm assuming, so we should have our campsite coming up. They've just got to start paying attention and look for it. So, but yeah, I'll probably shoot additional video from my phone, just because we're gonna have to see where we wanna. We're gonna see how far the campsite is and see if we could just walk down here and avoid taking the bikes, just because they say parking is a bit of a nightmare down here. So, look, they even got a four-wheeler here on the road. Interesting.
Nice catch there.
Yeah. All right. I'm getting tired of the stop and go though. This is getting a little bit old. And today is actually the first day of Sturgis, so definitely a lot of sights here. I'm excited to get down here and set up camp, get off the bikes here for a little bit. Alright guys, well I will check in here a little bit later with you. Alright guys, well this is the end of our Sturgis trip. That was our campsite. I'll take you guys through a little bit of what we went through here. We were just a little bit off from the road. As you can see, there's quite a few campers here. They got tents on one side and campers on the other, and hopefully the angle of my camera picks it up, but on my right here there is a massive setup. I mean, that's the way to do Sturgis. I mean, it was insane how many tents they had, and I mean, they even had some crazy like office chairs, a recliner, and this massive grill, fire pit. These are some of the cabins that they have that you can rent. The campsite we stayed at is called Lamphere Campsite. It was 25 bucks a night, and it was really pretty good. The only complaint I really have is they have it kind of sections of bathroom, and they have a general store here, a restaurant, which we didn't visit either one of them, but they only had like one urinal and 2 actual toilets, and they had a ton of showers, which was great, but a little strange when you had to go to the bathroom and there's only 2 toilets and 1 urinal, and probably held 24 showers, so it was kind of nice to have that there. So one of the places that we used to go kind of drinking, let me shut my lid so there's not too much noise, but one of the places we used to go drinking sometimes is the Beaver Bar over here. Had a couple beers just because they were like $2 here, and in town most places they were $6. So you know, if you were like on Main Street or anywhere off of Lozelle, it's about $6 a drink, so or beer, so you're better off drinking over here. They had a live band, played a lot of pretty new 90s metal, 2000 metal, a little bit of 80s stuff with some Whitesnake and other stuff occasionally, but there's a little bit of a dirt road here as well. Yeah, there was a campsite right across from ours too. One thing that was always difficult at night is you'd hear bikes obviously roaring all night long coming into camp, so that was a little hard to get used to sometimes. So, alright guys, well I will check in here a little bit later. We're gonna have to stop to get gas before we hit our main road. Hey guys, so this is our last drive through Lozelle. There's 2 main streets where a lot of the, most obviously, I hate to say the action, but where all the shops and all the vendors are at. So you got Lozelle right here, and then a block down is Main Street. I'll put a picture up right now to show you guys what Main Street's like. Main Street is pretty insane, so we walked up and down, took pictures, but we did not ride through there just because of how crazy it is, and I mean, trying to find a spot too. I mean, it's pretty wild down on Main Street. yeah, here's the start. We've got the Iron Horse Saloon over here. Had shows every night. Ton of stuff going on. I mean, it was just insane, all the bars and all the places. We hit a couple, like I said earlier, you know, if you wanted to drink these places, it was $6 a beer, and that was for Bud Light. Yeah, we weren't willing to pay, get one, and that was about it, and the rest we'd grab over at the Beaver Bar where they were $2, but
$8 for a craft beer.
yeah, $8 for a draft beer. That was pretty interesting for a decent wheat beer. This is Junction Avenue. The Harley dealer is about 2 blocks down. So we got a couple of chips over there. A lot of these tents set up that have pretty much the same shirts, which is kind of funny. Most of them, I mean, you go, most of the prices were usually $20, and then you'd find a couple that had them for cheaper, for like $17.99, $18, and some places it was 3 for $45. Some places it was like 3 for $50. So you just kind of had to shop around and find the ones. This block is actually the block back there is the one where we usually parked at. You know, and some of the nightmares I heard and watching videos was parking. Honestly, we didn't think parking was that bad at all. We'd park at the very beginning of Lozelle Street. This place over here, we hung out quite a bit, a couple hours, kind of people watching and hanging out. And it's kind of funny, that sign back there said like no colors, no weapons of any kind. That was pretty typical of signs that you'd see outside a lot of these establishments. So one place we went to was like no weapons of any kind, so it was kind of interesting. But I mean, in all honesty, we didn't have any problems. Here was one of the vendors. It was Motor Monday's Discovery. They were giving away different shirts, and you kind of picked the print you wanted, and they printed them. Let me shut that. There's a ton of bikes revving up and loud stereos going off, so shut my lid here to kind of cut some of that noise down. But yeah, like bike parking, $10. We never paid for parking, never had any issues with parking at all. A lot of places you went to was bike parking only. There's Main Street down there. We were debating taking that, but we got about an hour later start that we wanted to. We got about roughly a 7-hour ride home, so we just didn't want to ride down there and chew up some time. We didn't want to get back at rush hour traffic back in through Denver. But ton of baggers. I mean, had some beautiful motorcycles. I'm not sure if you guys follow me on Twitter. I'm at Tattooed Alex on Twitter. I did post a lot of pictures. I ran into Adam Sandoval actually yesterday. I saw a alert that he was live. Had no idea. I mean, there's 500,000 people here, you know. So all of a sudden, I'm walking and I see this older couple with them. And right after they were done, I went in there, shook his hand. His girlfriend Ashley was there. And then I found out they were actually, didn't realize they were still live on YouTube. So I'll have to check out his Motovlog. But yeah, it's pretty cool. Just the people you run into. It's funny, my wife's cousin's husband, which I hadn't seen since last year in Jamaica. We were sitting at a bar. All of a sudden, we kind of look up, and there he is. So it was kind of funny, like, of all the things that happen, and all the people that you run into, someone that you know. So that was kind of funny yesterday. But Yamaha here was set up. I mean, a ton of different dealers, and we looked at everything. They had a real awesome Indian display as well. Some beautiful motorcycles there. So that was really cool. But yeah, there's a lot of these vendors were here. Harley was here doing test rides. I mean, I could open my lid. Sorry guys, a little warm. Hopefully it's not too loud. My lid was fogging up a little bit. Yeah, here's the Harley tent. They got all their bikes, and they had test rides. We didn't test ride any. That's a cool sissy bar with the Punisher symbol on it. Yeah, it's kind of crazy, but this actually Main Street moves better than Lizelle moves way better than Main Street. Here's the Harley set up. They had a display with what was it? Or some demo where they had these cars with 3 wheels. I've never seen them before. I wonder if they'll be out here. Here was Victory set up.
Vanderhall.
Vanderhall. That's what it was. Thanks, bro. Here's JP Cycles up here, so that was kind of funny. Went in there, kind of taking a look. Bought another pair of gloves, cut-off gloves there. But yeah, a lot of motorcycle vendors for different things here. Yeah, definitely a lot to take in. So we typically, excuse me, would come through, kind of walk through, but we'd walk up one side, go to the other side, take a look at all the vendors, kind of see what they had, and kind of interesting. Took a ton of pictures of motorcycles. I'll probably post them a little bit throughout the video. I think I posted some on Twitter as well. Just some beautiful motorcycles. Yeah, I don't see that Vanderhall. Actually, yeah, I think that's actually...
There was one right there.
Oh, was it? Oh, I didn't see it. But, you know, it's funny, a ton of trikes and a ton of, like, custom trikes. There's actually a motor trike place there. But one thing I'd never seen before was a 48 trike, which I thought was interesting since you got that smaller gas tank, and with the trike, obviously, it's going to be a lot heavier, so I thought that was kind of funny. So here's an Indian dealer up here. Yeah. All in all, we definitely had a great time. I mean, it was a lot to take in. It was a lot of fun. All honesty, it was safe. I mean, I know a lot of things. They were like, gotta watch out. They have different, you know, motorcycle clubs, everything. I mean, it was perfectly safe. I mean, we never saw one fight, nothing whatsoever. Everybody was polite. I mean, never ran into an issue where even like, you know, this seems kind of shady. Everything was great. I mean, all honesty. One thing that did surprise me sometimes is we did see some kids, you know, like parents that have their kids, which was kind of interesting just because, you know, I mean, this is pretty much, I mean, mostly adults. It is, full nudity is illegal, but there were women that were, here's that Vanderhall set up right there. It was actually really cool with these 3-wheel cars. That was cool. They had a Polaris thing set up where they're doing a demo. Maybe I'll try and post that in this video as well. But yeah, all in all, it's definitely more adult oriented. I mean, there are women walk around that they had painted. All they had was body paint, and that's all they were wearing. So now they're fully covered up. As a matter of fact, it was funny. I mean, some of them you almost couldn't even tell, like the way they set up their jeans. They put some fray stuff at the bottom of their legs. It actually looked like they were wearing jeans, so it was pretty interesting. But things you'd see in some of the bars. But I mean, all in all, definitely not. Now, granted, you're not taking your kid in the bars, but I mean, the way some people are walking around too, and you know, some on the back of motorcycles basically have just pasties on and their chest, basically just in the breeze. So it was definitely kind of interesting, and it was strange when I saw the kids with people that had kids. So, all right, guys, well, I got to start paying attention. I'll check in a little bit later.